right, so you all can hear me okay. Housekeeping, down at the bottom right-hand corner, you have emojis. So, Barbara, great to see you. And if you interact throughout this event, you'll get more out of it. Everyone will get more out of it. I understand with an audio event, it's easy to be multitasking and doing this and doing that and doing something else. I encourage you to focus because what I'm about to share with you changed my life, my business, and the lives of my clients who are implementing and executing on collaborations. And I'm going to get into what collaborations actually mean. Because a lot of times when I talk to people, they're like, collaborating, what does that mean? I'm going to talk about that today. Okay? So, for everyone here, guess what? I have a gift for you. I'm going to promote 3 of you to my 35,000 followers on LinkedIn. Again, I will promote 3 of you to my 35,000 followers on LinkedIn. All you need to do in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a share button. Share it. Don't worry about having what your post, what you say on it. Just share the post. More people will join us, and that will be a good thing. And I will get a notification. And when I get a notification, I will reach out to 3 of you, and I will promote you to my 35,000 followers. I've had people get 10 leads from my post. I've had usually get over 1,000 impressions and heavy engagement. So please share this, and I will pick 3 of you, okay? Again, don't worry about fancy wording or anything like that. All right. Give me a thumbs up if this resonates with you. Hey, Dwight, we're going to have people up on stage here in a little bit to talk about some of the collaborations that they're doing. So stay tuned. And at the end, towards the end, I'm going to have whoever wants to come up here on stage. Yes, there's a virtual stage here. I spent all morning getting it all set up. It's really nice. You can't see it from the audience. When you get up here, then you can share who you are, what you do, who you serve, that's your target audience, and who you would like to collaborate with. So hang tight because I'm going to give you lots of ideas for collaborating, all right? So if you share the event, again, 35,000 followers, I'm going to share this to share or promote 3 of you to my 35,000 followers, okay? The reason why this works, and this is a collaboration that you all can do with one another. When you promote someone else on LinkedIn, it's different. It's unique because it's not just about you. I get great feedback when I share. People will reach out, Chaz, why are you promoting someone else? It's like, well, I've shifted my whole entire perspective to collaborating because it's about who I can work with as opposed to how to do something. And I'm going to get into this. All right. This is just one of the collaborations that we do in the Collab Accelerator. And by the way, collaborations are the key to your growth in 2025 and beyond. But who do you collaborate with? This is why I started a community called the Collab Accelerator. It's where we have vetted, trusted founders who are experts in their field, who collaborate with one another, and we leverage each other's audiences to promote one another. It works. Send me an email at chazhorn@chazhorn.com. If you would be interested in that, you have to be a true expert, have a following, be cool, and have a servant mindset. The reason why I say cool is we have great chemistry within the community, and so I only want the right people in the community. So send me an email, chazhorn@chazhorn.com. Just first-last name at firstlastname.com. Put collab in the subject line. All right. My promise to you, y'all, as I would say to my Texas clients, my promise to y'all, if you focus your attention and aren't distracted, you'll learn collaborations are the key to exponential growth going into 2025. You have the opportunity to access a vetted, a trusted community of founders who are looking to promote you and your business. How cool does that sound? All right. You'll learn to utilize leverage as opposed to being stuck grinding out massive DMs, direct messages, content, comments on other people's posts. How many people here have had massive activity on LinkedIn day in and day out and day in and day out, but it's not really resulting in, let's say, exponential growth? Anybody relate to me on that? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Okay. Sandra, thank you. Yeah. It's like there's a better way, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So instead of doing that, collaboration is a process that's fun. It leads to real results for you and your business. Let me just talk about networking and collaboration because people get this confused frequently. This is how I define networking is one-on-one. Hey, Chris, let me pick on someone in the audience here. Hey, Ryan. Hey, I'm going to introduce you to someone, and maybe they'll work out, maybe it won't. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's linear. It's not exponential growth. You all understand what I'm throwing down here? Okay? It has little leverage. Collaborations are leveraging someone else's entire network and experience, which leads to exponential growth. Networking is more linear growth. By the way, I'm going to have a couple people come up on stage, as I said, in a few minutes, and they're going to talk about some of the collaborations they've done. And then at the end, I'm going to have and open it up for everyone who would like to come on stage. And let me just say this. Don't worry what people think about you, okay? It's not what people think about you. It's what you think people think about you. So if you want to grow your business, if you want to connect with other people, don't be shy. This is the time to put your hand up and come up on stage. I'm not right now, but in a little bit, okay? So when I have you guys come up on stage, I ask you, put your hand up, let's get on stage. All right, ready to rock? All right. For everyone just joining us, I will promote 3 of you to my 35,000 followers. Hit the share button down there. It's very simple. We'll get more people in the room, and I will get a notification, and I'll reach out to 3 of you, and I'll promote you in a post to my followers. So let me take you back to where I was one evening. It was late one night, staring at my computer screen one evening, and I felt like something was missing. Have you all ever been there? Pauline, can you relate to that? Andrew? I just felt like something was missing. I had success. My clients had success. I was working with hundreds of them, but it was a good success. It wasn't great. It wasn't like, wow, this is amazing. And I just felt like I was missing something. So as I was staring at my blank screen, and by the way, I just celebrated 8 years. As I was in business, as I was staring at my blank screen, I was thinking about what I did, what I didn't do, what I could do better, how I can improve. And I just felt like there was just a void. Have you been there in your business? You just feel like there's something that's keeping you from getting to where you want to go? You're getting some traction, but you know you can do much better. Can anyone relate to this? Give me a thumbs up if you can relate to this, okay? So I was helping people on LinkedIn, and it was all about massive action, getting content together, sending out DMs, commenting on other people's posts, and they were getting results. But there was a key component that was missing. I use the acronym TABS, TTABS, okay? Yes, my TABS has 2 T's. It's about keeping tabs on what's not working so that you can identify it and change it on a moment's notice. The first T is tactic, that's what you do. The second T is technique, that's how you execute on the tactic. A is attitude. Nothing in life, in business, works well without having the right attitude, but it's more about perspective, intention to serve, not sell, and you will attract and not repel. And then the behaviors, that's your KPI. If you do a certain number of the tactics with the right technique and attitude, it should lead to a number of meetings and clients. But here's the kicker, S. S With the exception of attitude, S is more important than anything else, and it's your strategy. If you have the wrong strategy or you don't have a strategy, you can spend so much time taking massive action and getting little results. And so as I was working with my clients, they had little leverage. Yeah, they were scheduling they were filling their calendar with 5 new qualified meetings each week, and they're onboarding typically a new client every week. And that's good, but I wanted to serve them at a higher level, and I had some success that was good, but it wasn't great. Okay? It was kind of like, as I was thinking about this time, looking at the screen that evening, it was kind of felt like I was humming a song, but can't quite catch the chorus. Have you ever been there? Anybody know what that's what I'm humming here? Give me a thumbs up. Okay? But I didn't know what it's like, man, I was missing something. Okay. So new people coming in, share this event, and 3 of you will get promoted to my 35,000 followers. So back to where I was. I was missing something. It was like I was humming a tune, but I couldn't quite pick up the chorus. This is when it hit me. Big time. I'd been playing the entire game entirely. Remember I was talking about strategy? And I had started leveraging LinkedIn events like this with my clients. And they were using LinkedIn events, which is great because it's one to many and not just one-on-one with like a DM and a cold outreach using Sales Navigator. If you don't know what Sales Navigator, it's just a premium LinkedIn that allows you to do demographic searches, much more. But that's how people typically use it. And so the leverage from the events was good because it's one to many. And people who register for an event, if they're in your target audience, they're not only in your demographic, meaning the role of the person with the right industry, with the size company in the right geographic area, they're also in your psychographic, okay, not psycho, psychographic, because they're putting their hand up by registering for your event saying, hey, I'm interested in what you're talking about. I'd like to learn more. So it's a great way with everyone who registered for this event that are in my demographic, their demographic are also in my psychographic because they registered, and those are leads that are generated just by having an event, okay? So that was good, but still something was missing. And I noticed something fascinating in an unexpected place. The hip-hop industry. Rappers, in particular, cracked the code to what I was missing. When Drake collaborates with Travis Scott, or when Jay-Z jumps on a track with Beyonce, magic happens. Their audiences merge, their reach multiplies, and their impact explodes. Can you all relate to this? Think about some of the artists that are out there. You know, you I have a funny story. So I don't know. It's like 15 years ago. Okay. It's like, I'm making fun of myself. My son is, he records, he produces and whatnot. He's pretty talented musically. He has his own recording studio. And 15 years ago, I'm like, who is Feet? In this song, who is Feet? It's like, Dad, oh my gosh, you are so old. That was a featured guest, someone who was collaborating on the track on this song. And I'm like, oh, featured, I get it. So all these rappers understood the power of collaboration by leveraging each other's audience. Okay? It reminds me of a rap, one of my favorites growing up. It's like a jungle out there. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Okay, I'm dating myself. Yes, I will not give up my day job. Okay? So this revelation of seeing, oh, artists are collaborating and they're getting exponential growth by joining someone else and leveraging each other's audiences. The more I studied this, I went down a deep rabbit hole. I found the same pattern everywhere. I looked at extremely successful entrepreneurs. Take Benjamin Hardy, for example. Anyone familiar with Benjamin Hardy? Who, Not How, Your Future Self, Now, 10x is easier than 2x. Can you all relate to that? Okay. So he's a best-selling author now, but he wasn't. He's a brilliant writer. And let me take you back before his trilogy of best-selling books. Okay. He's a great writer, brilliant writer, communicator, but his early books were not setting the world on fire. Then he collaborated with Dan Sullivan, whose organization, Strategic Coach, is one of the largest coaching companies in the world. Dan wasn't a writer, but has much influence. Ben didn't have much influence, but was a prolific writer. Do you guys guess where I'm going with this? Give me a thumbs up. So this is what they did. Ben and Dan got together and they wrote 3 books. They leveraged each other's audiences and who, not how. By the way, what I'm talking about right now is looking for your who instead of looking to how can I do something. I'm gonna drill down on this in a little bit. Who, not how is about leverage instead of thinking, how am I going to do this? How will I do this? How am I going to reach more people? How can I schedule more meetings? How can I onboard more clients? Think about who can introduce you to the clients. I'm going to drill down on this. So with them, Dan and Ben collaborating on 3 books, check this out. This is amazing. Strategic Coach got $100 million more in sales because of this strategic collaboration. Ben 10x'd his business just by this one collaboration effort. This idea shifted my daily strategy from LinkedIn posts and massive amounts of outreach for my clients to who can we work with strategically to get introduced to a group of people who are the same target audience as the person I'm collaborating with. You guys catching what I'm throwing down here? Again, back to Ben and Dan's book, Who, Not How. This is the concept. Who can help you, not how do I do something? I haven't. And now when you think about, okay, that sounds great, Chaz, but I don't know who I could collaborate with. That's why I have what I call the Collab Accelerator, which is a trusted community of founders, vetted founders who collaborate. Our purpose is to collaborate with one another. So if you're interested, send me an email, chazhorn@chazhorn.com. It's only for true experts who have a following, who are cool, because the community is everything, and I only want certain people in there, who are cool and have a servant mindset, okay? So this shift in thinking will transform everything for you. It will transform everything. Instead of asking, how do I reach more people? Ask, who already has the audience I want to serve? Again, not how can I reach more people? Who already has that audience that you want to serve? Rather than how do I create more content? Consider who can I create something remarkable with? Are you catching what I'm throwing down? Give me a thumbs up if this is tracking with you. Stop thinking, how do I grow my network? And start thinking, who can I grow alongside? This shift, if you get it and understand it, it will open up new opportunities above and beyond what you think or imagine. Okay? Who, not how. Who, not how. Who, not how. Okay? So just think, who, not how. That's it. Okay. I hope you're starting to understand this. And by the way, I'm going to have a couple people here up on stage here in a little bit to talk more about their personal experience with collaborations. When you start to understand the importance of who and not how, by the way, Ben Hardy's book, 10x is easier than 2x. This is one of the books he wrote with Dan Sullivan. 10x is easier than 2x. And this is not Grant Cardone 10x. Grant Cardone 10X is, oh, you're doing 100 phone call. Let me slow down. You're doing 100 cold calls? Do 1,000. It's about strategic outreach by aligning yourself, collaborating with the who. So 10X is easier than 2X when you focus on the who. Does that make sense? Here's the greatest irony about LinkedIn. Think about this. LinkedIn, the platform for professional connections, has become a stage for solo performances. Think about this. I was there. Here I was late at night staring at my blank computer screen because I was doing massive action and I was getting tired. I was getting worn out. Okay? It's become a stage for solo performances when it should have been an arena for duets that utilize leverage. What if the next big breakthrough, think about this right here, okay? What if the next big breakthrough for you isn't in how you do something, getting more training, going through another program? How many people have been through so many different programs and you're sick and tired of going through program after program after program? Give me a thumbs up. I talk to so many entrepreneurs and they're like, yeah, I was talking to one guy. He's in 5 different programs right now. I'm like, dude, how do you have time to work? Seriously. What if your next big breakthrough isn't on how, but in who? What if the key to your exponential growth going into 2025 is in doing less? How's that sound? Less. I'm not stuttering here, okay? But in doing less strategically with the right people to 10x your reach. Take a moment, look at your network, just right here in the room. It's like, John, you got Matt right above you. Brendan, you have Richard above you. Cameron, Lisa's right next to you. Ryan, Jay is right 2 people away. Christopher, you got Pauline above you. Barbara to your left. These could be potential collaboration partners. Think about this. Okay? Yes. And by the way, as I had mentioned, if you share this post, I'm going to promote 3 of you. I'll get a notification. I'll promote 3 of you to my 35,000 followers. I've promoted Cameron, Ryan. I saw some other people. Chris promoted me. And I saw some other people in here. It's moving around here. Murray. And they get Dwight. These are all people that, talk to them and just let them know or ask them, hey, how did that go with the collaboration with Chaz on post? Talk to them. These are great people, by the way, and they're going to come up on stage. So my experiencing focusing on strategic collaborations, I realized as I was so stuck. Have you ever done this? You do something new. It's like, hey, this is kind of cool. But all of a sudden you're thinking, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. And you don't, it's not like you think, oh my, I need to do what I was doing before. But since the discipline and the habits are so ingrained in you, you get out of your comfort zone, you do something new. It seems like it's working. But because of those habits, they keep you stuck from the past and it keeps you from moving forward. It keeps you from exponential growth. So I had done collaborations over the last 3 years. I wasn't even realizing it. It may sound crazy for me.
Unknown caller.
I just got a call. Sorry. It may seem crazy for me not to realize it. Hindsight being 2020. I had been doing these collaborations. And I was getting results, but I kept going back to the old way because I was stuck in mediocrity, because I was making decisions in the present because of my past self and not thinking about where I wanted to go in reverse engineering from the future into the present. Does that make sense? If you keep focusing on your past, you'll stay stuck in mediocrity. If you look at where you want to go in 5 years and reverse engineer that, then you'll make different decisions that will be better decisions that will lead to exponential growth. By the way, I have someone who's going to talk on this subject a week from today in the Collab Accelerator. If you want access to that, send me an email at chazhorn@chazhorn.com. So I learned a valuable lesson that changed my entire business model from how to do something to who can I collaborate with. So one of these collaboration partners, by the way, you all tracking with me? I know it's so easy to be at an audio event and you're playing a game on your phone or you're chatting with somebody else. This is getting really important. This is getting really good. I'm going to lay down some things that are going to be really good for you to execute on. Okay. So are you tracking with me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. One of these collaborations with a competitor led to an extra 100K in sales. It wasn't an 100K in sales total. It was an extra 100K above and beyond what I had in sales that year. And for her too. We leveraged our strengths and weaknesses just like Dan, just like Ben did with one another. And it wasn't a lot of extra time out of our schedule. Yes, it took time, but it was 100K. And it was enjoyable. We didn't have to do massive outreach and have a marketing campaign and reach out to people. We leveraged our audiences and it led to an extra 100K in sales. Another collaboration, I did a joint event with a founder, okay? And we talked about this thing from our different angles with our different experiences, and it led to doubling leads and sales for her and leads and sales for me for that one event. How cool is that? One of my clients, okay, executed a strategic collaboration that led to 51 leads for her collaboration partner in 7 days. 7 days, 51 leads. Are you catching? Would you like to do that? Okay. Now, is that exceptional? Not really. Not if you have the right collaboration partner. And let me explain from Alicia. Alicia went through a challenge with me with Dr. Benjamin Hardy. And by the way, shout out to Dr. Benjamin Hardy. I see some of the people from the Q4 challenge. Give me a thumbs up if you're in the Q4 challenge with me. So Alicia, who was in, I think it was the second challenge I went through with Dr. Benjamin Hardy, she had a goal, a 10X goal with a SaaS product that she created, she developed, to get 100 subscribers on her SaaS, subscribing to her SaaS product in 90 days. Hey, 100 subscribers, that sounds cool. And so she's like, okay, I'm a founder, I can call people. I'm just going to belt out a bunch of cold calls and just reach out to people and reach out to people and reach out to people. So as she was going through the challenge, and Dr. Benjamin Hardy was talking about 10X is easier than 2X, talking about who, not how, a thought came to her. This SaaS product could be used by these larger companies that reach the same audience as her. It can serve them and their audience. So guess what? She reached out to a few of these people, shared with them about her SaaS product. They said, wow, we have a need for this. And so guess what? 90 days, she didn't have 100 new people subscribing to her SaaS product. She had 8,000. 8,000. Because she leveraged people who were serving her same target audience. Her SaaS product served the people and the audience that she collaborated with. How cool is that? 8,000 subscribers in 90 days when she thought 100 would be good. That's the power of who, not how. Okay? So remember this. Start connecting with the right who for 10X growth. Now, I'm going to have people come up on stage. Raise your hand. Murray, Chris, if you all want to come up on stage. Dwight, if you want to come up on stage. Eric, if you want to come up on stage, raise your hand and I'll introduce you to everybody. And then what I'm going to do is they're going to talk about some of the things that they've done. And as I have you guys come up on stage, let me lay this out so it can be short and succinct. 30 seconds, introduce who you are, what you do, who you serve, and just one collaboration that you've done. Okay? So 30 seconds to talk about who you are, what you do, who you serve, and then another 30 seconds, it can go 45 seconds. So like within a minute and 15 seconds, who you've collaborated with and the result. Does that sound cool? All right. Chris, I see your thumb up. If you want to come up on stage, you're welcome to. And so Eric's coming up. Eric, actually, we talked about a collaboration. And Brendan, let's see. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. So, all right. And Dwight, you want to unmute yourself? Introduce yourself to everyone. By the way, after they talk, I want to open it up for everyone to come up here and start doing some live collaborations. Does that sound cool? All right.
Hey there, Chaz. Listen, thanks for the platform. Thanks for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good. Can everyone else hear?
Wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah, spent the last 20 years automating things, and so I am an automation engineer, and so I help businesses automate processes that are painful, repetitive, and waste their time so they can focus on other things. I am, of course, taken back by the collaborative. You know how meaningful it has been to me. And as a matter of fact, one of the people that I've collaborated with is on stage right now. And so it's a shift in mindset. Serving is something that is familiar, but collaboration, the who, not how, especially when I'm a technical person and I'm by trade focused on the how, right? Just by the work that I do, collaborations has been a watershed for me. And so it's life changing, it's event changing. I appreciate the opportunity and I'm taking the advice, right?
Awesome.
Principles is God's automation. In the future, collaborations are the way we're going to exponentially get things done. And so for me, it's just this simple. Two is better than one, and a threefold cord is not easily broken. And
Amen to
in that
that.
statement, those are collaborations. So I appreciate the opportunity, Chad.
Yeah. And what was it? Principles is God's automation, did you say? Dwight, you still there?
It's Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
So principles is God's automation, right? Is how to get things done on a predictable, repeatable track.
Love
Yeah.
it. Awesome. It's also a great book, too. Principles. Eric, introduce yourself to
Yeah.
everyone.
Thanks,
Welcome.
Chaz. I appreciate it. You were
I don't hear you anymore. Can anyone else hear Eric?
Yeah, I can't hear Eric either.
Eric, you there? Okay, we'll circle back to Eric. Murray, unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Are you there, Murray?
Yeah, no, it took me a minute to find the mute button. Thank you, Chaz. I'm Murray Vince. The company is Better Prospecting, and we help companies who are interested in account-based marketing get an end-to-end process, and we'll triage their business. We'll figure out where the resource gaps are, what they're missing, and we help fill it in. Primary collaboration we've done is with a company that does intellectual property assessment and innovation, and they were able to identify improvements and new customers that businesses should be going after. But the business that ended there, they weren't able to follow on and do biz dev and create a revenue pipeline for them. And by working together, we were able to bring in a number of new clients for the innovation business. Now the clients felt supported end to end. And that made a big transformation in the innovation businesses in terms of their revenue and client base, and also for us. Thank you, Chaz.
Yeah, awesome. Who do you want to collaborate with, Murray?
I'm open to collaboration with anyone that needs coaching. There's at least one person attending today that I've been talking with, and I'm working through with them just how to do their account selection. And that's not a paid service. That's just collaboration with someone that needs some help.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. I collaborated, right now I'm collaborating with a COO for the Collab Accelerator. Again, that's what Dwight, Murray, Eric, Chris, they're all in the Collab Accelerator. And I'm a visionary. I'm more of an extrovert. And so I need an introvert, detailed person to make sure that all the systems and processes within the Collab Accelerator are the best they can be. That's not my strength. And so I'm collaborating with someone, Kelly Calabrese, who's more of a COO type. And so she's partnering with me. So it's not just about reaching your audience. Yeah, that's great. But think about someone who can come alongside and fill that need in your business that has a strength where it's your weakness. Think about this. You should be focusing on the 20% that is your zone of genius. And you should either say no to the 80% or outsource the 80%. And I think it was Stephen Jobs that said something about success. It's about the 997 no's that you say, not all the yeses. So when you get used to saying no to things and focus on your zone of genius, and you have other people in those places that is your weakness and it's their skill set, good things happen. All right, Eric, let's circle back to you. See if we can hear you this time. Please unmute yourself, bottom right-hand corner.
All right. Can you hear me
yes.
now? Okay. Sorry about that. Hey, you were talking earlier about the who, not the how. And I love that because a lot of the clients I work with are stuck asking how to do it all in their business. And what if instead they focused on who can help? And for me, I've embraced AI. It isn't just a tool. It's part of who that can give you back your time. It can drive growth, help you achieve your goals faster than ever. You were talking about that next breakthrough. And for me, one of the collaborations I had as a business strategist and recovering academic was reaching out to one of my past publishers who actually published some of Dan Sullivan's books, over 15,000 books that he's published, to create a game-changing AI tool to help people write books in record time. So that's been amazing. And so we've been working on that. And when I work with individuals with the AI agency I have, it's about imagining saving an entire day every week while transforming your productivity, your profitability with cutting edge AI tools. So the one thing that I wanted to just highlight today is a business and AI mastermind, where we teach you how to make AI one of your who's to you get way more done in less time. You talked about that 20 versus 80. We help you really focus in on that 20% and eliminate that other 80% and offload it to AI with custom tools for business planning, marketing, sales for professionals. We have a monthly mastermind and a community of growth-focused professionals. So that's really one of the exciting who's that I have in my life. And I found that, if you don't let the how hold you back, you can let AI and obviously talented people that are on this call, connecting with them, building your business and the life you always imagined. So thanks for the opportunity to share.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Eric just had a write a book in 4 hours with AI in your own voice last Saturday. So think about that's one of the things you can do. I was looking at, has anyone seen these Tesla robots? Okay. I mean, they could do anything. I mean,
Hey, Chaz, I think you're muted.
Okay, there we are. Thanks. Thanks, Chris. I'd be like, everyone be gone. Like, where's everybody? So has anyone seen those Tesla robots? Give me a thumbs up if you've seen those Tesla robots. So it's going to be somewhere between $20,000 to $30,000, and they can do everything. They can shop for you. They can clean the house. They can cook for you. They can play games with you. They can walk the dog. It's amazing. So in your business, and I'm actually collaborating with Eric to help me in the Collab Accelerator to incorporate AI. And if you know what Moore's Law is, if you don't, you can, after this event, you can Google search it. Technology will grow exponentially. And with AI being developed, we're not even going to recognize the marketplace 12 months from now. So if you don't incorporate AI into your business, it's kind of scary. It's kind of exciting at the same time. Eric is a great person to reach out to. So please reach out to him. Chris, please unmute yourself.
Hey, Chaz, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me up on the stage. So my name is Chris Stafford, and I'm a 30-plus year listing agent. I currently work in the trenches selling real estate in San Francisco, California. But I also have a real estate coaching business that I absolutely love servicing listing agents, specifically listing agents all across the country. So I have a great time helping them 10x their listings, their commission income, and taking more time off at the same time. But one of the things that I really love about the collab experience with Chaz and Murray, Dwight, Eric, is just that, I have to echo something that Dwight said earlier, is just the whole experience about going in to serve. When you're in service, not only does it bring you so much joy, but you reap what you sow, right? So it's just been an amazing experience to actually help other people with their businesses. And in return, I can give you one example. One of the women in our group that I collabed with introduced me to a woman in Boston who is part of a really high net worth women's group that has given me a number of referrals. And it's sort of like, it just sort of like came out of left field, how I basically am just receiving all these referrals from this high-powered or high net worth individual women's group. So it's just amazing to me what you can do when you're in a state of service. And I think that's the real point that I really want to make. So thanks so much, Jazz.
Yeah, amen to that. And Chris lives what he's talking right now. I just had an email from him this morning. Hey, I was meeting with Robert. Robert says he knows you. And I was telling Robert that he should join the Collab Accelerator. And Robert is a former client. So thank you for that. And Chris has referred many people my way. So thank you so much for that. It really is a shift in mindset. And just to tell you, I'm not proud of this. I was so stuck in my system and process with sales and marketing. It was effective. I wouldn't talk to people if they weren't a qualified lead. Now, obviously, you don't want to waste time talking to the wrong people. But if someone looks like they're an expert in an industry, then I usually have a conversation and it leads to good things. The key, expert in an industry, and they look like they're a cool person, and just from their content, I can see, okay, this is someone I want to talk to. Again, Collab Accelerator, if you're interested in that, reach out to me and put Collab in the subject line, chazhorn@chazhorn.com. Not Chaz_Chaz.horn, just chazhorn@chazhorn.com. 4 letters at 4 letters. My first and last name at firstandlastname.com. All right. Thank you all. So now this is for your opportunity, everyone in the audience, to come up here on stage, get out of your comfort zone. And maybe for some of you, it's not getting out of your comfort zone. And just introduce yourself. 1 minute and 15 seconds. Who are you? What do you do? Who do you serve? Who would you like to collaborate with? Or maybe you have your own collaboration story. So come on up. And Sandra. All right. Awesome. Welcome. Please unmute yourself, bottom right-hand corner. As soon as I get you up on stage. Okay. I keep clicking on you, Sandra, and it just is, and then we'll find out if it's Sandra or Sandra. I want to make sure I have that right. All right, well, I'm still trying to get you up on stage. Brendan, please introduce yourself. Unmute yourself, bottom right-hand corner.
Hey, Jazz.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Hey, everyone. My name is Brendan. I'm honestly very new to the whole entrepreneurship world and starting a business and everything. I was kind of bummed that Dwight ducked out. I don't know what happened there. Oh, hey, he just messaged me. Yeah, so I own a company called BrainyBot. Basically, we're a little more in the trenches as far as AI and business goes. So we are targeting companies directly with AI services. Our main focus right now is AI voice agents. So lead pre-qualification, appointment setting, that sort of stuff for businesses that normally spend a lot of time on the phone and a lot of time texting and calling and all that sort of stuff, chasing after leads that they just don't have to do now because of AI. But I mean, that's just the starting point for us. There's a lot more that we're going to go into later on as far as like automations and all that sort of stuff.
Who's your
AI.
typical client?
So unfortunately, as yet, like I said, we're new. We don't have any clients. We're still trying to get those. A lot of that has to do with the fact that initially we started out focusing on real estate and didn't have any connections in real estate, so was viewed kind of as an outsider, just kind of didn't make any headway there. It's also a very old school industry that just unless you have really strong connections, it's going to be difficult to get in there.
So what I would recommend, if you still with the real estate, Christopher, who is just here, I think he's left.
We have spoken.
Okay,
we
good.
have spoken.
That's his thing. So AI, and the other thing, if I can give you some direct feedback, messaging and positioning. So on the last 8 years on helping people on LinkedIn, if people go to your profile, do they understand exactly what you're doing, get an understanding, and get their attention within 3 seconds? This is one of the most.
On that.
Yeah, that's within the Collab Accelerator. We actually have training and stuff on there. So anyway, So AI.
Yeah.
Do you want to get with someone? Reach out to Brendan, and maybe there's a collaboration opportunity. Great to have you.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sandra, we finally got you up here on stage. You want to unmute yourself, and then Stacy, I'll circle back to you. Please unmute yourself, bottom right-hand corner. Sandra, are you there? Okay. Stacy, please unmute yourself, and then we'll